The San Antonio housing market peaked in new home listing activity at the end of November 2023. Mortgage rates have continued to decline in early 2024. What do experts forecast for mortgage rates in 2024? Those headlines and more in this edition of the San Antonio Housing Market Update. I'm Krishna Perkins, a realtor here in Northeast San Antonio, and our first topic to discuss is interest rates. This is the first piece of the real estate market puzzle home buyers and sellers are focused on when studying the market. As many of you already know by now, when interest rates fall, competition heats up, and when interest rates rise, competition falls. As you can see, thus far in 2024, we have seen continued fluctuations to the downside in mortgage rates. This has been welcome news to home buyers already actively in the market over the last several weeks, and experts are optimistic that mortgage rates will continue to improve over the year. Goldman Sachs recently stated, "We now forecast 3 consecutive 25 basis point cuts in March, May, and June to reset the policy rate from a level that Powell has recently taken to describing as well into restrictive territory rather than just restrictive." Further, Dean Baker, senior economist for Center for Economic Research, says, "It also appears that mortgage rates are now falling again. They will almost certainly not fall to pandemic levels, although we may soon see rates under 6%, which would be low by pre-Great Recession standards." All great news there. Pivoting locally to San Antonio housing market trends, we are seeing that we are still in a seller's market, not by a huge margin, but still quite a bit. 3.99 months worth of inventory in the market. That is down from the previous month. This is data from December. So previously in November, we had more inventory hitting the market. List price to sold price ratio, 97.3%. So still very strong for the seller. Median days on the market at 41 days on the market. That is down a little bit. They're selling just slightly a little bit faster. Typical sold price at $290,000. That is a higher sold price than the previous month, about 3.2% higher. And for the median estimated values across San Antonio, median estimated values came in at $292,570. Last month change, 0.7%, so almost a 1% change in home values for the month of December from November. And the 12-month change in home values is on a plus 6.5%. That's still higher than typically. It's not those crazy fear of missing out days, but it is still a big increase in home values. December new listings data came in with a median list price of $291,494. As you can see from this graph, we started getting, we peaked in new listings back in March, April, May timeframe there, and then we continued to follow a trend where we were reducing our new listing inventory. And then September, we began getting a lot more new listings. We peaked there again in November, and now we've been on a steady decline in new listing activity. We'll see if that changes anytime soon. December active listings, this metric here, this or data point is very important because it shows how quickly sentiment changes when the price changes. Here we see a median list price of $314,900, and these are much bigger homes. These are homes that are around at least 1,800 square feet or more, 1,900 square feet versus the other ones that are selling a lot quicker at 1,600 square feet. So people are still gravitating towards those smaller homes and a lot of the data points that I've been watching throughout the year. But as interest rates come down, I expect that to change dramatically. And now pivoting over to pending listings. Now, this next data point shows you what the pending listings are doing as well. Again, we peaked in April, May timeframe. We continue to trend downwards, and then again in September, October timeframe, we peaked again there in November for pending listings. That's that end of the year rush, and we came in at 290,000 at the end of the year there in December for pending listings. We'll see how the interest rates affect our pending listings moving forward. I expect that also to start to improve. December sold listings, again, right there at 290,000. And that seems to be the trend, the sweet spot for a lot of buyers for the last couple of months is that 290,000 and some change. No matter what the size of the home was, really, that people are buying either just the smaller house or the house that is priced, right in that ballpark. And now if it's got a lot of repairs and whatnot, then yes, it could still be on the market because folks just don't have the capital to fix all those homes the way they want them right now. To sum this up, the San Antonio housing market had just above normal home price appreciation for the year. While smaller homes seem to be doing well in the market, lower interest rates may bring larger homes back into focus in the coming months with more generous appreciation. The mortgage rate predictions, I think, stand a good chance of coming true, but are not guaranteed until they actually happen. We will continue to see fluctuations based on economic data that comes out in the news cycles leading up to the end of each quarter of the year. And oh yeah, it's an election year, so there's no telling what kind of head fakes will come out from either party. Both sides of the aisle know that housing is a pain point for the general public. So I would be shocked not to hear some news on a new policies or crazy promises to buy votes. Now, if you're contemplating a move and you're wondering what the next step is for you, feel free to call or text me at 210-260-6617. Every situation a little bit different, and I'm happy to go over options that can best fit you and your family.